I'm Allison, and when I was 16, my parents told me I wouldn't be going back to school until I apologized to my brother for something he did. My mother cornered me in the kitchen 3 days after the incident. Allison, we need to talk about Kyle. What about him? I was making a sandwich, trying to ignore the tension that had been building since Monday. You know exactly what. She crossed her arms. He's still upset. Your father and I have decided you're not returning to Jefferson High until you apologize properly. I set down the knife. Apologize for what? For telling Coach Brennan that Kyle stole money from the athletic fund? You embarrassed him in front of the entire baseball team. My father appeared in the doorway. He lost his captain position because of you. He lost it because he took $400 that wasn't his. My mother's voice went sharp. Kyle made a mistake. He was going to pay it back. You didn't need to make it public. Coach asked who knew anything about the missing money. I told the truth. You could have talked to us first. My father moved to stand beside my mother. Given Kyle a chance to fix it quietly. He had 3 weeks to fix it quietly. He spent that money on truck parts. Kyle walked in then, his face arranged in the wounded expression he'd perfected over 17 years. I told you it was a loan. I had it written down. You had nothing written down. Coach checked. See? My mother gestured at me. This is exactly the attitude that needs to stop. Your brother is trying to move forward, and you keep attacking him. I'm not attacking him. I'm just not lying about what happened. My father's tone went cold. Then you're not going back to school. We've already called Principal Howard and explained that you'll be taking a temporary leave for family reasons. The sandwich bread felt dry in my throat. You can't do that. We absolutely can. My mother's eyes were hard. You're a minor living in our house. You'll stay home. Think about how your actions affect this family. And when you're ready to apologize to Kyle and repair this relationship, we'll discuss your return to school. I'm supposed to take the SAT next month. I have college applications. Then you'd better apologize quickly. Kyle's voice was casual, almost bored. I mean, it's just 2 words, Allison. I'm sorry. That's all it takes. I won't apologize for telling the truth. My father moved toward the door. Then clear your schedule. You're not leaving this house except for necessities until this is resolved. They left me standing there. Kyle grabbed an apple from the counter, his smirk barely hidden. You did this to yourself, he said quietly. All you had to do was keep your mouth shut. That night, my grandmother called. I could hear my mother's voice from downstairs, measured and practiced. Mom, we're handling a family situation. Allison needs to learn about loyalty. Yes, she'll be fine. No, we don't need you coming over. When my mother came upstairs, she knocked twice on my door. Grandma Iris wants to talk to you. I took the phone. Hi, Grandma. Your mother says you're not in school. Her voice was careful. What happened, sweetheart? Kyle stole money. I told the truth. Now they're keeping me home until I say I'm sorry. There was a long pause. Allison, sometimes family peace is worth more than being right. You think I should lie? I think you should consider what you're willing to lose over this, she sighed. Your parents love you. They're trying to hold this family together. By protecting Kyle from consequences? By trying to keep both their children happy. Maybe just say the words? You can go back to school. Finish your applications. No! My voice surprised me with its firmness. I won't. After she hung up, I sat on my bed for 3 hours, thinking. My laptop was still open to the scholarship application I'd been working on. Due date, November 15th. 6 weeks away. The next morning, I called my Aunt Valerie in Portland. She answered on the second ring. Allison? Isn't it a school day? Can I come stay with you? Silence. Then, what's going on? I told her everything. When I finished, she said, Pack a bag. I'm driving down tonight. My mother was livid when I told her. You called Valerie? You told her our private business? I told her you're keeping me out of school to force an apology I won't give. You're not going anywhere. My father's voice was flat. This is manipulation, Allison. No, this is you choosing Kyle over my education. I'm choosing differently. Aunt Valerie arrived at 8 p.m. My mother met her at the door. Val, you can't just take her. Denise, you're denying your daughter education because she told the truth. I absolutely can take her. She's our child. And she's 16, not 6. Allison, get your things. My father blocked the stairs. If you leave with Valerie, you're choosing to break this family apart. That's on you. This family broke when you decided Kyle's reputation mattered more than my future. Kyle appeared from the living room. Jesus, Allison, you're really doing this over nothing? $400 isn't nothing. My junior year isn't nothing. Aunt Valerie's hand was steady on my shoulder. Roger, Denise, I'm not doing this on your porch. Allison is coming to Portland. She'll enroll in Lincoln High next week. If you want to fix this, you know my number. My mother's voice cracked. You're turning her against us. No. I looked at her directly. You did that yourselves. I loaded 2 suitcases into Valerie's car. My father stood on the porch, arms crossed. My mother watched from the window. Kyle had already gone back inside. The drive to Portland took 4 hours. Valerie didn't push me to talk, just kept the radio low and handed me tissues when I needed them. Your mom called me 3 times already, she said around midnight, telling me I'm destroying their family. What did you say? That they destroyed it first. She glanced over. Allison, I need to know you understand what this means. You can't go home easily after this. I know. They might not pay for college now. They might cut contact completely. I know. My throat was tight. But I can't apologize for being honest, and I can't stay somewhere that punishes me for it. She nodded. Okay then. We'll figure it out. Lincoln High accepted my transfer by Friday. Aunt Valerie worked as a dental office manager, so mornings were tight, but she made it work. Her apartment was small. I slept on the couch, but it was mine. Nobody demanded apologies I didn't owe. My mother texted twice that first week. Both times. When you're ready to come home and fix this, we're here. I didn't respond. October passed into November. I submitted my scholarship applications from Valerie's kitchen table. My college essay was about choosing integrity over comfort. I didn't name my parents, but I didn't hide the truth either. Lincoln's guidance counselor, Mrs. Chen, called me in during week 3. Allison, your transcript from Jefferson just arrived. Your grades are excellent. Thank you. But there's a note here about a family leave of absence. I need to make sure everything's all right. I considered lying, decided against it. My parents pulled me out of school to force an apology I refused to give, so I moved in with my aunt. Mrs. Chen's expression shifted. I see. And you're safe now? Yes, completely. Good. She closed the file. If you need support resources, my door is open. But officially, you're simply a transfer student who's doing well. That's all anyone needs to know. My grandmother called in mid-November. Allison, your mother is a mess. Can't you just talk to them? She knows Aunt Valerie's number. You're being stubborn. No, Grandma. I'm being consistent. They can apologize to me whenever they want. For what? For trying to keep peace? For choosing Kyle's comfort over my education. For thinking truth is less important than his feelings. She sighed heavily. You sound just like Valerie did at your age. Righteous and rigid. Or maybe just right. After she hung up, Valerie found me staring at my phone. She giving you grief? She thinks I should forgive them. Without them asking for it? Valerie shook her head. That's not how forgiveness works. Thanksgiving came. My parents didn't call. Kyle posted photos on social media. The family table, 3 place settings, my mother smiling tightly at the camera. The caption, Grateful for family that stays. Valerie saw me looking. You okay? Yeah. I closed the app. I'm good. But something had shifted. Not regret. I didn't regret leaving. But a quiet understanding that the door I'd walk through only opened one way. December brought college acceptance letters. Oregon State offered partial scholarship. University of Washington offered more. I taped them to Valerie's refrigerator like proof of concept. Then, 3 days before Christmas, my grandmother called again. Allison, I need to tell you something about Kyle. What now? He was arrested last week. DUI. Crashed your father's truck into a streetlight on Maple Avenue. My stomach dropped. Is anyone hurt? No, thank God. But the truck is totaled. And there's more. She paused. Kyle had been stealing from your father's wallet for months. Your dad just found out. Almost $800 over the fall. Let me guess. They're calling it a mistake. Actually, no. Your mother is finally seeing it. She called me crying yesterday, saying she didn't know how bad it had gotten. Good for her. Allison. No, Grandma. I'm not interested in I told you so rights. I'm just tired. She wants to apologize to you. She has my number. My mother called that night. Valerie handed me the phone with raised eyebrows. I almost didn't answer. Allison. Her voice was rough, like she'd been crying. I need to talk to you. Okay. I was wrong. About Kyle. About keeping you home. About all of it. She took a shaky breath. I see that now. Because he got arrested? Or because you finally believe he's been lying? Both. Neither. I don't know. Frustration crept in. Can't you just accept that I'm trying? Mom, I don't need you to try. I needed you to believe me 4 months ago. I'm your mother. I'm apologizing. Can't we move past this? Move past it? My voice stayed level. You kept me out of school. You chose his lie over my education. And now you want me to just forget that because he finally got caught doing something you couldn't ignore? Allison, please. I'm doing well here. I'm enrolled. I'm applying to colleges. I have a life that doesn't revolve around protecting Kyle from consequences. So that's it? You're just done with us? No, you were done with me when you made me choose between honesty and your approval. I steadied my voice. But here's the thing. I chose honesty, and I'm not sorry about it. She was quiet for a long time. Then, I don't know how to fix this. Maybe you can't. I wasn't being cruel, just factual. Maybe this is just what happens when you pick the wrong side. She hung up without saying goodbye. Valerie knocked on my door in January, holding an envelope. This came for you. I took it, saw the University of Washington seal. It's thick. That's usually good, right? I opened it carefully. I got in. Merit scholarship covering 70% of tuition. Allison, that's incredible. She pulled me into a hug. Your parents should know. They can check my social media if they care. I posted it that night. Simple photo. Starting fall semester at UW. Proud of the path I chose. My grandmother commented. My parents didn't. March came fast. My phone buzzed during Lincoln's spring dance. My father's number. I stepped outside to answer. Allison. His voice sounded exhausted. Your mother wanted me to call. We'd like you to come to dinner. Talk about things. What things? College. Your plans. How we move forward. Move forward? I leaned against the building. Dad, it's March. I've been gone 6 months. Why now? Silence. Then, Kyle's struggling. The continuation school isn't working. We're thinking about sending him to his uncle's in Arizona. And you're telling me this why? Your mother thought you'd want to be part of family decisions again. Family decisions? I almost laughed. Like when you decided to keep me home until I apologized? Or when you spent my college fund on Kyle's private school? We didn't. He stopped. How did you know about that? I didn't, until just now. His breathing got harsh. Allison, we made mistakes, but we're still your parents. You're my legal guardians until November. There's a difference. So you're just walking away completely? I walked toward something better. You refused to follow. He hung up without another word. June brought graduation. My grandmother drove up from California, hugged me tight on Lincoln's lawn. Your parents should be here, she said quietly. They were invited. I know, sweetheart. I'm so proud of you. When they called my name, Valerie's cheering rose above everyone else's. In the parking lot after, my phone buzzed. Text from my mother. Congratulations. We're proud of you. Valerie saw my face. What is it? My mom texted. I showed her the screen. What are you going to say? I don't know if I should say anything. You don't owe them a response, Allison. Not after 6 months of silence. That night I stared at those 9 words. The next morning at breakfast, Valerie sat across from me. Have you decided about the text? I keep thinking, if I'd apologized back in September, would they be proud of me now? What do you think? I think they'd have been comfortable. That's different than proud. Yeah, it really is. 3 days later, I responded. Just 2 words. Thank you. My mother tried calling immediately. I didn't answer. She texted. Can we talk, please? I never responded to that either. August came. Valerie helped me pack for UW, load everything into her car. As we pulled away from her apartment, she glanced over. Any regrets? About leaving? About any of it. I thought about September, about Kyle's smirk, about my parents' ultimatum, about the choice they forced me to make. No, I said. No regrets at all. Good, because you earned every bit of what's coming next. We drove north toward campus, toward my dorm, toward the future I'd chosen when I refused to apologize for the truth. If your parents made you choose between protecting a sibling's lie and your own education, and you walked away to save yourself, would you ever go back if they said they were sorry? Or would their apology feel like just another thing? They expected you to accept 6 months too late?